Smartphones of today can put the supercomputers of the late 80s to shame when it comes to processing power. While most modern smartphones can be the only device you will ever need, the convenience and sense of space of the additional real estate that tablets provide is unparalleled. Whether you are not willing to take the comparatively heavy laptop to work, or need a secondary device to enjoy books, watch a movie, or to jot down some notes, a tablet is undeniably the best option. While you may have made the decision to buy one, you may not be so sure about which one to buy. This confusion will only get worse once you start to look at the options available to you in the market. There are simply a lot of them that differ in size, specs, design, features, and ultimately price. We have taken the burden of sifting through countless products and finding the best one for you. So here we have compiled the best tablets that you can buy in 2017. Coming in at number 5 is the Huawei MediaPad M3. iPads changed the way tablets were designed when they were first unveiled. You'll be forgiven for mistaking the MediaPad for an iPad mini from a distance. From a distance and while in hand, it feels eerily similar to the pricier version from Apple. The differences lie in obviously the software and price. Speaking of price, at around $299, this is the most inexpensive tablet on our list. Generally, devices that have a screen size of more than 7 inches are considered as tablets. The MediaPad has a beautiful and crisp 8.4-inch IPS screen with a more than enough resolution of 2560 by 1600. The pixel density comes in at 359 ppi, which is decent. The device is also equipped with speakers from Harman Kardon. Inside it runs Android Marshmallow on a proprietary Huawei HiSilicon Kirin octa-core processor, along with 32 and 64 GB options for internal memory and 4 GB of RAM. Marshmallow does not natively support split-screen functionality, but thanks to the more open natures of Android, Huawei has been able to achieve this using their own EMUI interface. It also comes with a fingerprint sensor for that added security, and the battery life should go comfortably over 10 hours in moderate usage. The only downside, so to speak, are the speakers, which sound tinny at near max volume. Unless you are so vested in Apple and its services, then this is a solid option to consider. At number 4, we have the Google Pixel C. Android is made by Google, and as such, the Pixel C is the tablet to be beaten when it comes to Android tablets. It has the now industry standard aluminum construction, which does feel solid and sleek. While other manufacturers use flimsy material for their attachable keyboards, Google went with aluminum and has made one of the sturdiest keyboards in the market. Speaking of which, the keyboard attaches to the tablet in such a way that you will mistake it for being one piece. The magnets are that powerful. The screen is 10.2 inches, 2560 by 1800 job with a pixel density of around 308 ppi. It runs an NVIDIA X1 quad-core CPU along with a Maxwell GPU for stellar performance. It also has 3 GB of RAM for multitasking. Like the Huawei tablet, this one also runs Android 6.0 and it performs seamlessly. The screen is brighter and packs in more pixels than Apple's iPad series. This tablet is great at consuming content and doing light work on the go. Gaming is also a strong point as it beat most other contenders hands down in the benchmarks. The speakers, which are placed on either side, sound better than most other tablet speakers out there. The single port on the tablet is a USB-C port that is used for charging as well as data transfers. It takes around 2.5 hours to charge the device to full juice, but it works continuously for a stellar 12 plus hours under heavy to moderate usage. The price is something that may put some people off as it retails around $500. The keyboard and display are the highlights, while Android just keeps getting better. At number 3, we've got the Samsung Galaxy Book. Now, we're taking a step back from the world of mobile-focused OSs and peeking into the land of Windows tablets. Windows on tablets had the shakiest possible start with the awful Windows RT, but the game has changed and Windows 10 is the best of both worlds. Samsung has gone all in on Windows by creating this stunning-looking tablet that supports keyboards and stylus. Its design is inclined more towards the tablet space than the PC space. It is svelte and has rounded corners. The keyboard, while big, can feel wobbly if not placed on a flat surface. It takes full advantage of Windows 10's inking capabilities and makes it a pleasure to use for note-taking and drawing. The screen is a 2160 by 1441 with Samsung's Super AMOLED technology that delivers stunning vibrancy and contrast to the colors. It has a 3:2 aspect ratio that debuted with the Surface line. Inside, it has an Intel Core i5 processor that runs at 3.1 GHz. The camera has a resolution of 3840 by 2160 and has autofocus. The battery capacity is a large 5070 milliamp hours, which can deliver good battery life. As for ports, it comes with 2 USB-C ports and can be bought with either 4 or 8 gigabytes of RAM. For faster network speeds, LTE version is also available. On the battery test, it lasted around 11 hours for video playback and 5 hours of heavy usage, which is respectable for a Windows tablet. The 128 or 256 gigabytes of internal storage can be further increased by SD card up to another 256 gigabytes. At number 2 is the Microsoft Surface Pro. Surface Line has had one hell of a journey over the years. What was once written off as a failure is now a billion-dollar business. Over the years, Microsoft has made the brand to be synonymous with innovation and category-defining family of products. The latest in this family of truly path-breaking devices is the Surface Pro. With Windows 10 getting better with each update and embracing inking and touching, Surface Pro is the best Windows tablet in the market. On the design front, it sticks to the familiar and successful Surface formula. In fact, you can't even distinguish between them if it wasn't for the Alcantara-covered keyboard of the latest Pro. Thanks to the efficient 7th generation Intel chips, most of the models, including the i5 one, are fanless. This makes it a bit thinner and lighter. Stating as not ready for mainstream, there is no Thunderbolt or USB-C ports. It comes in 6 configurations. There is a Core M3 equipped base version that has 4 GB of RAM and 128 GB SSD, which, with the stylus and keyboard, both extras, comes in a tad above $1,000. The i5 equipped version started around $999, and the top tier model, which has an i7 with 1TB SSD and 16 GB of RAM, will set you back about $2,800. Other improvements are made to the stylus, which now supports tilt and 4096 levels of pressure sensitivity. Also improved dramatically is the battery life, which is at around 8.5 hours. While not a drastic redesign and the lack of newer ports is a bad thing, the Surface Pro still remains the gold standard of Windows tablets. And coming in at number 1 is the iPad Pro 10.5 inch. Apple was the company that started the tablet revolution with iPad, and ever since it has enjoyed the status of the tablet to be. After going through this, I have to say that is still the case. The design is more or less the same as other iPads, with a screen size that sits between the 12.5 inch and the smaller 9.5 inch models. The display is brighter and has a better refresh rate, and that makes it smoother when playing high frame rate videos. The screen has a resolution of 2224 by 1668 with a pixel density of 264 ppi. The storage has doubled to 64 gigabytes for the base model, and the Pro comes with Apple's greatest mobile chip, the A10X. The display also has what Apple calls ProMotion, which can run at 120 Hz, which in turn brings down the pencil response time to an unnoticeable 20 milliseconds. The chip just steamrolled the previous models in the benchmarks, with it being around 91% faster than previous iPad Pros. While chock full of apps and beautiful design, iOS was never a contender for a full PC experience or Mac OS. Apple hopes to change this with the upcoming iOS 11. This software update brings things like dragging and dropping files, finding files, and storing go-to apps on a Mac like the dock. While it is great to have these features, most users will have to wait for the update till it arrives later this year. At the moment, it runs iOS 10 and it works flawlessly. While we will have to wait for iOS 11 and changes have been minimal on the hardware side, this remains the tablet to beat in 2017. Those were the best 5 tablets on the market today. While there are many other choices out there and some may fit you better than all of these products provide a wide range of capabilities, solid performance, and great battery life, and can be had at a variety of price points. If you like what you saw and agree with our picks, then go ahead and like this video. Comment below to let us know if we missed any of your favorite products, and hit the subscribe button to let us make more high-quality videos like this in the future.